You feel as if years of your life have gone to waste. The greatest investment you have made in your life resulting to nothing but painful memories. Everything seemed to be perfect until one day she fell out of love and left, leaving you to pick up the pieces wondering what just happened. The inconvenient truth is that what you believed was true love and the ultimate act of betrayal is not at all unique to you and is all too common among men of all ages. The Disney fairy tale lie of true love was designed to hide the truth behind female nature and is designed to prevent you from having healthy relationships with the women in your life. A quick look into female nature and the differences between males and females will reveal all the answers. And the good news for you, young man, is that female nature is an all-encompassing and uniting factor for all women, and that by following these steps, you are almost guaranteed to get your ex back should you choose, and more importantly, you will become a man of high value. Don't believe me? Then ask any woman in your life what it is they are looking for in a man. Step 1. Reestablish your position in the power struggle. The inconvenient truth that modern men and women hate to acknowledge is that relationships between a man and women are a constant struggle for power and the advantage in the relationship. It was not always this way. However, many cultural forces that are out to harm you have changed this by spreading the lie that is the 50-50 relationship, or in many cases, women-led relationships. Just as a country needs a president to make decisive and executive decisions, as well as corporation that needs its CEO to run efficiently and effectively, so does a relationship. And the hard-cold truth is that men were designed to be put into a position of leadership, especially in the context of a traditional family. So unless you subscribe to cuckery and are happily willing to share your wife, you absolutely must take control of the relationship, and this is how. As backwards as it sounds, the one with power in the relationship is very simple. You must be willing to leave the relationship at all times. If you are willing to leave, then at any moment if your boundaries are ever pushed, or you are ever disrespected to a degree that is unforgivable, then you will be happy to walk out of the relationship. Having this control means that the other counterpart that is less willing to part ways with you will have no other choice but to make concessions and compromises in order to please you and stay in the relationship. Now that you are watching this video, it is safe to assume that you have no power left in the relationship, as she has committed the ultimate form of a power grab, and that is by actually leaving you. Now is the time for damage control, and to respond as unexpectedly as possible. If your girlfriend has left you, she has now set expectations that you will react accordingly to how she wants you to act, and that is by crying, getting on your knees and begging for her to take you back. Don't. In this situation, the least amount of emotion you show, the better. You don't want to show that you are either sad or happy about the breakup. You must think of you and your journey through life as a train. The train does not stop and it keeps going. Through the rough weather and whatever challenges come its way, it has a clear path to go on and won't stop till it reaches its destination. Your girlfriend is simply a passenger, riding with you on the train ride and ideally supporting you on your journey through life. If she jumps off the train for whatever reason, you don't stop. If she leaves you, then simply say that you understand why and that you wish her the best. If she has moved into your house, then give her a couple days to pack up her stuff and move out of your house. Now if you have listened to this step and have not shown any emotion, you are in a great position and have taken as much control of the relationship as you can. You now have the highest chance of seeing your ex-girlfriend return back to you anywhere from a couple days to a month or so. Many of you may be in a worse position though. It is all too common for desperate men to display disgusting acts of clinginess such as crying, begging, and getting on all fours in a hope to stay. Women see this as absolutely repulsing, as deep down they desire to be with a man who is strong, confident, and a leader in the relationship. Each time you display these repulsive signs of attachment, you push her further and further away. If you find yourself in this position, or perhaps your ex has already moved on to another man, then there will be good news and bad news for you. The good news is that the relationship is still salvageable and you can still get back with her. The bad news is that it will require a drastic change in character, a lot of time, and potentially the most demanding amount of discipline you have ever experienced in your life. Step 2. Enter the hyperbolic time chamber. Initiate no contact. Throughout this step, you must remember one thing and keep it extremely close to your heart. This will be the hardest part of your journey towards getting your ex back, but you must always remember that a girl's revenge is immediate as she initiates the breakup and gets to watch you sad and miserable while she indulges in hedonistic pleasures with other men. But her revenge will be short and very harmful to herself. On the flip side, a man's revenge will take time, but it will be long and sweet. It might be 2 weeks, 4 months, 3 years, or maybe even 8 years, but a man with potential will always win in the end and have the ultimate revenge. With this knowledge in mind, now you follow the likes to Goku and Gohan, and enter into the hyperbolic time chamber and get your life back on track. This means you first and foremost initiate what's called no contact. The idea behind no contact is simple. You do not reach out to your ex no matter what circumstance. The psychology behind no contact is based on the concept that men fall in love with women the more time they spend with them, and women fall in love with men the more time is spent away. Women really do not respond well to the idea of having made the wrong decision, and how you can make them feel that they are making the wrong decision is by completely disappearing from their life and occupying their mind. While women are away from you and completely disconnected from your life, they will not be able to help themselves but wonder why you aren't talking to them and what you are doing. Even if they are assuming you have done bad things, the fact is that it is still a mystery to them, and you will be living in her head rent-free, causing her to form a deep emotional bond with you without you even having done a thing. This takes a huge amount of discipline though, a more discipline than most men are capable of. You must be able to reject her messages and completely disappear from her life and control your urges to reach out to her when you feel lonely and sad. Do not reach out until she messages you want to see, and that is that she admits she had made a mistake. During this process, you must definitely be improving yourself, as that is the whole purpose of the hyperbolic time chamber. You must go to the gym, reconnect with friends that you left behind for her, focus on making more money, and channel all of your negative energy into improving yourself and becoming the best version that you can be. By the time you exit the hyperbolic time chamber, you will be more attractive, muscular, social, wealthy, and ultimately be a high-value man, the one that she wanted to date when she signed up to be with you. You must understand that women are on a constant journey to find the highest value man they can be. And if you ever flatline in your growth, women will leave you. You can make them regret their decision by becoming the high-value man you were meant to be. How long should no contact last? Well, the answer ultimately depends on whether or not she has changed and admitted her fault for leaving, and whether you have hit your milestone and become the man that she wants to be with. Once you have amassed a sufficient amount of fortune and have become a stronger, more well-rounded man, then it is time to utilize social media to show just the man you have become. You must be around other women and send out signs that other women are enjoying what she left behind, and the higher value the women, the faster she will come back. Though women lie and try to hide their competitive nature, they are in fact more competitive than men. And this kind of competition is one where rules and morals do not apply. Think about how common it is to hear about a house wrecker. In other words, a woman who only goes for married men. This is because the reality is that marriage is a luxurious bond that is only available to high-value men, and a married man that can support a whole family is highly coveted and desired by all women. You must embody these values, and only then you will be guaranteed to have your ex come crawling back. If you are the highest value man in her life, and her options only point to you, she will come back almost guaranteed. This is especially exemplified in the fact that a man's value only increases with age and peaks in your late 30s, whereas a woman's value peaks at 25 and drastically falls exponentially every year after that. Once she realizes the big mistake she had made, she will be back and you will now be the leader of the relationship and can call all of the shots on your own terms. The reality is that her leaving you can very well be the best thing that ever happened, but you must utilize your negative energy and depression for good. Step 3. Taking her back and keeping her for good. Now that she is back, it is time for you to make important evaluations on whether or not this is a relationship worth getting back into. How much time has passed? How many sexual partners has she had after you? After having been with other potentially more beautiful women, do you still find her worth it? Has she truly changed and acknowledged the mistake she had made? These are all very important questions that you must ask yourself before taking her back. And if you take her back, then you must set it straight that things will not be the same, and not for a very long time until she works hard to regain your trust. And you definitely should hold her to a high standard and expect hard work from her, since you put in all that hard work when you were in no contact. Should she ever slip up, then you should be the one to leave her now that you have a newfound confidence and the ability to get younger, smarter, and more attractive women with ease. If you do decide to take her back into your life as your girlfriend, then you must make sure to never make the same mistake again. Complacency is the biggest destroyer of relationships, and you must make sure to never be complacent around her ever again. A man's journey is one filled with struggles, hardships, and constant improvement up until the day he dies. And to settle down and stop improving is denying her of the man that she needs. And ultimately the greatest scene in a relationship, a woman's kryptonite truly is boredom. And the quickest way to get a girl bored is to stop working on yourself and making her start to wonder what life would be like without you. The reality is that you should always keep your physique on point and dress your best so that wherever you go other women will be fighting for your attention in spite of your girlfriend being right next to you. A woman should always be on her toes and at her best behavior by knowing that at any moment you can leave her for someone else, as this is excitement for her and what keeps her from a life of boredom. Young man, never give up. Do not let depression take over your life. Work hard, improve, hold your frame, and get her back on your own terms. Like this video and subscribe to my channel for more tips on growth and personal development as a man. Together we will break free from the system and gain true freedom by embodying our masculine values.